Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and although it's only March, Google has now released a first version of Android P. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is taking a very quick first look and preview of the newest version of Android, which is still as yet unnamed, to see exactly what's new and what's changed. Now I currently don't have a version of Android P installed on any device, so I'm going to be getting some images and video from The Verge, so a link down in the description below for their full preview of the newest version of Android. So let's take a look. Now, as I mentioned, this is a very early look at the new version of Android P, so if you've only got one Android device, I wouldn't go installing the preview just yet, as there are a ton of different bugs. However, if you do have a spare device hanging around, then by all means, a link is in the description so you guys can download it and try it for yourself. But keep in mind that if you've got any other device apart from a Pixel, at the moment you can't really get access to the beta just yet. But I'm sure as the year moves on, a lot more phones are going to be announced and released that are going to have Android P, well, fingers crossed anyway. But if you looked at Mobile World Congress, there are some devices that were announced then that aren't coming till later in the year, and they're still going to be shipping with either Nougat or Oreo, so Android P is definitely still in the early stages. Now, speaking of Mobile World Congress, if you looked at any coverage over that sort of time in regards to smartphones, you're going to see that a lot of devices have copied and just basically stolen the design of the notch of the iPhone X, including a leak of a new LG phone. Now, this video is not here to say whether the notch is good or bad. I'm personally not a huge fan, but the newest version of Android is going to be supporting that design aspect. So as you can see here from this screenshot, the clock has been moved over to the left-hand side of the screen along with all of your notifications, and then on the right-hand side you've got all your signal information in regards to Wi-Fi, cell signal, and also your battery life. Now, there's still no indication exactly how this is going to work. I'm hoping that if you slide down from the left, you're going to get access to all of your notifications, and then if you slide down on the right, you're going to get access to all your quick setting toggles. But regardless of that, from the newest version of Android, you can see here that the notch is definitely coming to Android, and they're really baking it into their newest version of Android, which means, for me anyway, that I'm kind of thinking that the new Pixel devices, when they eventually are announced and are released, they may have a notch at the very top. There's also been a slight visual change in regards to the settings. Now, none of the settings have actually changed within the new version of Android, but you do have some colours there which makes it a little bit easier to find certain aspects. So if you're looking specifically for your Wi-Fi and internet settings, that's going to be the blue, and then display is going to be a bright orange symbol. So no changes in regards to what's in the settings, at least not on this screenshot. There may be some deeper changes within settings, but again, we're going to have to wait till the full release to see those. But it's a little bit of a visual tweak, adding some colour to a kind of boring screen. There's also been some more colour added in regards to the quick settings. You can see now that you've got circular blue dots for settings that have been enabled or are currently turned on, and then you've got greyed out dots for things that are turned off. Now, it's also very simple, there's no text or anything. I like that you've got these uniform shapes in regards to just having, for instance, a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth symbol. Everything's going to be in these circles, and it makes things look a little bit nicer. Once you actually slide down into the quick settings, not really any changes there. Again, it looks a little bit cleaner, but in regards to the information, it's pretty much the same as what we've currently got on Oreo. Now, personally, I am a fan of the Pixel 2 design in regards to the dock down the bottom having the search bar and the icons, but some people maybe not, because with Android P, you can see here that they've gone back to the dock design that they kind of had beforehand, where it has a box around all of the dock information. So in regards to your 5 apps that you've got down there, and also the quick search bar, you can see that you've got a slightly transparent white box down there to indicate exactly where the dock's going to be. There's also been some changes to the top right hand side of the screen in regards to when you use the power button and also the volume button. Once you hold the power button to get to the power off menu, you can see here that you've got the same options to power off the device and also to restart the device, but you now have the option to take a screenshot. Now, this was normally done using the hardware keys on Android, so whether it means that there isn't going to be any hardware keys at all on the new version, or they're going to be changing up completely, it's a little bit interesting to see that screenshots are now done within this menu. Once you toggle the volume up and down, you can see that that also changes as well, as over on that hand side you can see that you've got the information for your media, ring, and also notifications to increase and decrease the volume, and you can also then change it to vibrate from the looks of it with the button down the bottom. So again, super quick, super simple, and it's a little bit easier than having the bar at the very top of Android, because if you've got a very large device, if you wanted to change the volume using the slider at the top, getting into the top left hand corner of a Galaxy Note, for example, was a little bit tricky. And then lastly, it looks like Google are really going to be pushing their Project Sans font within the newest version of Android. If you've currently got a Pixel 2 or Pixel 2 XL, you're going to see this pretty much all over the OS. However, for the majority of people that aren't running the newest version of Android, they've just got whatever stock font they've got on their device at any one time. However, with the new version of Android, as you can see here from this screenshot, it looks as though that they're really going to be pushing the new font, which is quite a nice design choice. Obviously, you've got Apple with their own font, so it's good to see that Google are kind of following that trend and using all of their same font across every version of Android. And to be honest guys, that is going to do it for this video. Now, as I mentioned, all of these screenshots and video that you've seen have been from TheVerge.com, so I'm going to link that down in the description below if you want to go and see a full video on the preview of the newest version of Android. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and as soon as the new version of Android is available in a beta program, like a public beta for example, then I'm definitely going to try and get my hands on it. If you've got any questions or comments about the new version of Android, or if when it comes out you want me to look at anything specifically, let me know in the comments down below or on Twitter at CopperVersusGlass. Also down there you will find the subscribe button, so if you're not already subscribed, now is a great time to do so, and once you've done that, don't forget to turn on notifications so that you're notified anytime that I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from CopperVersusGlass, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.